That's when I don't agree with you on something. I'm just going.
Down here, it's our time. It's our time down here.
Dynamite drop in, Monty. I'm in the bag.
Your boy, Garoppolo.
I like what I see, man. I've watched both games over. Like, I watched them live, but was more or less more in fantasy football mode.
Yeah.
So I DVR every single game, even when they've been getting smoked.
Yeah.
So it's been more pleasant to watch the last couple games, man. He's a baller. I like how he plays. It's not just the typical shit either. Like, it's not just like, he comes out slinging, but the guy's got incredible footwork. And he just seems like he's got the balls in there to stay in the pocket and make that throw, even though he knows he's going to get rocked. So he's got the poise for a guy who hasn't really played too much. I don't know. It could be just two good games against two lackluster teams. And
Yeah, who'd they play?
it looks good. They played Chicago in Chicago and Houston in Houston. So they're two road games, which I give more credit to as well.
Who they playing this week?
They're at home against Tennessee, who's got a good record, but I don't think Tennessee's as good as their record.
No, Mariota's having
They're
a down year.
They're 8-5, and their defense is mashed potatoes, man. They're winning games by the luck.
Soft taters.
Yeah, they got. I don't know. I'm not really a believer in the Titans. They don't know what the fuck what they are. Mariota is nothing like everybody thought he was going to be, and they don't know what the hell they're doing with their running backs. And I can attest to it because I have both those fuckers on my fantasy team, and you never know which one to play. DeMarco's always hurt. He's soft. I've never seen a dude get more tackled for losses than I've ever seen in my life. And Derrick Henry is a good player, but he doesn't do anything until the end of the game where he gets like a carry and he goes 75 yards for a touch on a broken play with like 30 seconds left to ice the game or something. That's really all he's done the whole year. But either way, I digress. I'm definitely excited at how hard the Niners are still playing. They know that they're just losing draft status every time they go, but they're out there busting their ass.
Well, they're not gonna. What's Garoppolo's contract? Is he a free agent after this year?
Yeah, they'll have to whatchamacallit,
Re-sign him?
either sign him to a long-term deal or they'll have to franchise him.
Right,
I can't stand that
thinking,
franchise bullshit.
Are they gonna do? Are they gonna go after Cousins? Because I know that was the rumor. Or
no, I really hope. I mean, I just think that'd be absolutely stupid because Cousins is older.
He's gonna demand a lot of money,
and he's gonna be in it for a lot of money. And right now, it's not like he's fucking Aaron Rodgers.
No,
I think Kirk Cousins is really solid, but
yeah,
I've been thinking that all along that he was going to come there because I never knew Garoppolo was ever going to be there.
Right.
I didn't think he was touchable.
Yeah. Well, my thing was, are they gonna? They're not worried about drafting a quarterback, right?
Right. I don't think so. I mean, that would be really stupid.
Right. Yeah.
I heard a couple rumors that they're thinking about maybe. I don't know. This was before he's won the last two games, but they were saying that maybe he would go into free agency and they would try to trade him before free agency or something, and then go after Kirk and then draft a young guy. And I was just like, that's the most backwards thing I've ever heard, because you go out of your way in the middle of this season to trade a guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you're only giving up a second-round pick. Some people think that was too much. Some people don't think it was enough. I personally think a second-round pick for a solid quarterback is a steal.
Yeah.
The Patriots will do good things with a second-round pick, and the Niners should do a good thing with this quarterback. So, I mean, what rookie quarterback in the history of the world, besides maybe Andrew Luck when he was coming out, would you ever take out of college over a guy who sat behind Brady and Belichick for 3 or 4 years? I mean, why would you ever take a rookie over a situation like that?
Yeah.
I think Garoppolo is he's the perfect guy, and it was a great move by John Lynch.
Yeah, I was just thinking like Matt Castle, he shit the bed. He was behind Brady. He had a couple, he played well when Brady got injured there, but I didn't know if Garoppolo was going to end up like that, because I thought it was a lot of hype behind him. Everyone,
there was.
The Browns were talking about trading like first round picks with the Patriots and
2 first-round picks.
Yeah, crazy.
And
So-
that was only in April, man.
Right.
That wasn't that long ago.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think the Niners have something. You know, let's be honest. I'm not bombing on your team because we all know my team is shit. But there wasn't high expectations for the Niners coming into this year.
No, this is definitely rebuilding.
Yeah, so, I mean.
I thought they would be tougher on D, but they still have the grit, but they have lost so many players on defense this year.
Yeah.
And then they actually ended up having to trade Navarro Bowman too, so that was definitely one I wasn't expecting. So for who they have playing right now, there's guys that I swear to God I couldn't name his first name to save my life right now that are playing like free safety, and they've moved their best safety to linebacker, that Eric Reed. They've actually moved him to linebacker. So right now though, where they have the base, which I like, is that just like Tampa, this is what you're most excited about with your team.
I'm not excited about
They're
them right
deep.
now. It pissed me
But
off.
I'm saying
excited
that
about Gruden. He's coming back. That'll be
maybe
good.
I'm just at the end of my season where I'm thinking about, like you were thinking back in September. I like that they have a front four on defense that gets after the quarterback and stops the run, and that's huge in the NFL. People totally overlook it.
Yeah. Well,
One of the most important things on the field is having that front four or 3-4 if you play a 3-4, whatever. They got it. They got 2 huge motherfuckers from Oregon, and then they got a guy, Earl Mitchell, and then they got a couple other guys that fill in and out that are just sound tacklers, keep their gaps hard. They get after the quarterback. They've been busting. Tom Savage looked like Sebastian the Crab the other day when he got tackled. His hands
man,
turned
that
into
was
claws
bad.
and shit.
that was bad.
He was singing "Under the Sea,"
Oh, my God. You're a mess.
and then they let him back in to play more.
Idiots. Well, hey, at least you have a reason to watch. Right now, I'm dreading Monday Night Football. The only thing that is good about it is they're bringing Gruden into the Ring of Honor, and hopefully they just hire him on the spot. Because Dirk Cutter
Turd cutter.
is awful. Like, I don't know. The fact that 2 different defensive coordinators have come out and said that his offense is so predictable, it's almost like a peewee offense, that they can call the plays on the other side of the ball. Dude, come on. I'm done. I'm done with him.
Listen, I understand why people get sick of coaches. I get it, but there's got to be a line where it stops, and you got to talk about the players.
Absolutely.
There's got to be. Mike Evans is fucking absolutely invisible, and that guy's top 5 talent.
He's
invisible.
He's a diva. He is a diva.
Not only is he a diva, by the way, that shit he did to Lattimore, and I'm not just saying this with Mike Evans, that shit you should get arrested for that shit. If you run full speed into someone's back and you hit the dude, and just clip him like that,
Yeah.
and then there's people talking about how Gronkowski should be suspended for the rest of the year for what he did.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it was right. What Gronk did was like kind of like little crybaby boy in the backyard
that was awful. It just
looked
looked
like
bad.
He looked like an idiot.
Yeah.
And it was definitely a dirty play, no doubt.
Yeah.
But like they're talking about Gronk is because he's white. That's why he only got 1 game.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about Mike Evans. How many games did he get?
Yeah, he only got 1. But
He destroyed Lattimore. How Lattimore even is still active to play right now is beyond me.
But and I'm not making excuses for him because it was definitely a cheap hit. But he didn't see Jameis start the thing by hitting the guy in the back of the head, hitting Lattimore in the back of the head. All he saw was Lattimore coming at Jameis, and that was it. So I'm not saying that makes it like okay what he did, but that is what happened. I mean, he did retaliate for what he saw somebody going after my quarterback.
This is his teammate. But this is the thing, though. If you ever saw your quarterback possibly getting into a fight, you would run up to it.
Yeah, for sure.
But you'd stop, grab the guy maybe, put your arms around him, pull him away. It wasn't like he was swinging at Jameis or something crazy, or he was on top of Jameis flailing. I mean, he literally was in Jameis's face.
Right.
And the dude gets destroyed from a 40-yard sprint. Like, that to me is nuts.
Yeah, oh yeah, it was bad.
And
it was definitely
they didn't really
bad.
talk about that too much.
Yeah, it was bad. But the whole Bucs season is just awful. They've lost control of them. They don't have a pass rush at all. They have Gerald McCoy, who I feel so bad for. He got.
By the way,
he
I was going to ask
he
you,
tore his
what's
bicep
going on
again.
with his bicep
He's
if
not,
he doesn't want surgery?
He's going to try and play on Monday.
He's just going to keep playing?
Yeah.
He's a beast, man. I like that
I
guy.
love him, and he deserves so much better. I texted this to you. The dude deserves so much better than what he's getting in Tampa, and it's really sad. But they have great linebackers. They have awful secondary, except for
Grimes is opportunistic. He's
Grimes,
not amazing, but he's
not-
opportunistic.
yeah. But he's going to be gone after this year.
Yeah, he's old. He's old, too.
Yeah, and Hargraves has been a bust. And
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they do. It's awful. It's awful what they're doing. They can't protect Jameis.
Nope.
And the fact that he's been hurt all year. He got hurt in week 2, and they didn't talk about it. Nobody said anything, and you could see he couldn't make the throws that he usually makes. So, I'm done. I'm done with the whole
Tough, man.
Bucks.
It's
Whatever.
tough with the expectations.
Yeah,
We're that high.
for sure. But on to Gruden. Hopefully, we'll see. Or Josh McDaniels, one of them. One of them's coming. But all right, that's it for this one.
See you.